CV Preparation, a video resource to help candidates prepare for job-seeking success. Presented by Casey Makubele, Managing Executive of Marketing and Strategic Relationships. How to put a CV together. Curriculum vitae is a Latin term that means course of life. A CV is a summary of your work experience, educational background, and skills. Your CV is a mini course about your life that you're giving the employer. Your CV markets you to prospective employers. Employers will scan your CV to see if your life story makes you someone they want to interview. An effective CV describes all the facets of you that make you a great candidate. What do employers want in my CV? Your CV must clearly describe relevant skills, experience, and education. The most effective CVs do this in a way that addresses the needs of the employer. So before you start writing, study the job description. Your CV needs to answer these questions. How do your skills match the job description? How does your experience meet or exceed the stated requirements? How does your education meet or exceed the minimum requirements? Here are some interesting facts about CVs. Incomplete or inaccurately addressed CVs and CV cover letters were rejected immediately by 83% of HR managers. CVs and cover letters addressed to a named person were significantly favored over those addressed to a generic job title by 55% of HR departments. Over 60% of HR departments said that the inclusion of a photograph with the CV negatively impacted their opinion of the applicant. Here's what you must include in your CV. Identifying information. Include your name, current address, and contact details. Phone number as well as email address. Be certain your contact details are accurate and current. Without these, the recruiter will not be able to get in touch with you no matter how well you match their requirements. Many people put these at the top of page 1, but some recruiters argue that only your name should be at the top because contact information is a given, and what the employer needs to see first is why you're a good match. Where you place this information is a personal choice, but wherever you put it, don't forget to include it. Download these CV examples. To access the clickable links presented in this video, you'll need to download the PowerPoint at our website. You'll find us online at www.quest.co.za. Now, here's what must be in your CV. Education. List each institution's names, degrees you earned, and the dates of completion in reverse chronological order. In other words, most recent appearing first. Also include any special awards for outstanding achievement. Work history. Your CV must be targeted to the employer's needs. Read the job description and emphasize those experiences in your CV that will highlight your relevant skills. Be sure to include the following: name of the company, your position, dates of employment, duties with emphasis on the skills required, and reasons for leaving. And now here are some optional items to include in your CV. You can also include the following: language proficiencies, but be realistic. Computer skills. Interests. It is best not to spend too much space on generic interests like reading. Focus instead on activities that will distinguish you from the rest. Perhaps you volunteer with a charity, you study computer coding in your spare time, or you write your own blog. And professional certifications or industry association affiliations. Here are some additional CV considerations. Do not include personal information that could be used to discriminate against you, such as age, weight, or marital status. The only photo that you should consider as part of your application is your ID photo. A photo should not be included unless it is a requirement or if you are applying for a modeling position. Be consistent in the formatting of the document, that is, font size, headings, etc. Select a font that is easy to read like Arial, Calibri, or Times New Roman. Fancy fonts make it difficult for the interviewers to read the CV. Consider that they need to go through thousands of applicants, so make it easy for them. Proofread your CV carefully before submitting and check for any spelling errors. Do not rely on spell check. Ask a friend to help edit. Use this CV rating tool. Never leave unexplained gaps in your history. If you traveled, volunteered, or completed a course of study, include that in your CV. Additional CV tips. Avoid slang or acronyms that aren't spelled out. Use numbers to describe your accomplishments. Stress your accomplishments over skills and duties. Use keywords associated with the position. Use professional printing and heavy stock paper. Emphasize action words. Download this list of action words. Language must sell your skills, experience, and expertise. Use an eye-catching layout. Start with the information that is most relevant to the job that you are applying to. Check, and recheck your spelling. CV file format. Use a consistent layout. For example, all headings in bold and font size 14 and all normal text font size 12. Save your CV in a PDF format. This is the most accessible and safest format for all operating systems. Certain companies require you to register your CV online in order to apply for a position. Make sure that you follow all the steps and complete all the required fields. Also, be careful to update your details in the system if you change your address or phone number, or if you gain new work experience or education. Do not overuse bolding, italics, or underlining. CV example, page 1. Some experts insist that personal information should not be placed at the top of your CV. Your name should go at the top, but whether you put your contact details there too is a personal choice. The most important things to put near the top are what you think are most important to the employer you are applying with. Remember that employers scan CVs because they may have 100 of them for one position. CV example, page 2. Note that this example includes a reason for leaving the previous position. This is optional and not always included in a CV. Include skills in the description of duties that relate to the job you are applying for and use the language of the job description. CV example, page 3. Including references on your CV is also a personal choice. Sometimes an employer requires submittal of letters of reference, so it may be more appropriate to add a sentence indicating that the requested reference letters are attached to the CV. Thank you for watching. To access the clickable links presented in this video, you'll need to download the PowerPoint at our website. You'll find us online at www.quest.co.za. Quest is mobile too. http://questsa.mobi. And be sure to connect with Quest on social media. On Facebook, you'll find Quest Job Tips. On Twitter, you'll find Missy Quest. You'll also find Missy Quest on LinkedIn. Also on LinkedIn, you'll find Quest's company account. And on Pinterest, you'll also find Missy Quest. Quest Staffing Services is a division of AdCorp Fulfillment Services Proprietary Limited.